everyone and welcome to this new video. Today I want to show you 5 tips which will make digital studying with your drawing tablet like a Wacom Intuos tablet way more easy. Let's get started with the video. I concluded it's not a very bright idea to write everything down with your pencil. This can make you feel really exhausted and less motivated. Therefore, try typing down general things instead and add some examples or extra information with your pencil. These samples then will pop out, which makes it easier for you to study and memorize them. This method really works for me and I hope it does for you too. Research shows your brain can memorize things way better if these can be associated with a certain color. And I can tell you from my own experience that's true. Try to make your own color coding system and stick to it. It is less effective when you would change colors often because it would make your brain confused. I would like to show you my color coding system, but if I'm being honest, I did not find my perfect one yet. Therefore, I'm not going to show it. But remember, if I did, it is not smart to use that same method because it is important that you find your own, otherwise, again, it will be less effective. Even if you don't study digitally, using abbreviations and arrows is an absolute must. This makes note-taking so much easier, and as you see, I use them quite a lot. I made an example in OneNote. Normally, I don't use abbreviations in English, so I had to translate them from Dutch. That's not a problem or so, but in case you did not know, I'm from the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium, so I take notes in Dutch. If you haven't seen my first video, go check it out. There I said a little bit more about myself. Anyways, here is an example of how you could use them. These are my common abbreviations, and if you want to save them, I'd recommend taking a screenshot right now. You probably already noticed it, I always use grit paper to write on. This has a few advantages. First of all, it helps you by getting an idea of how big you are writing and whether or not you are still writing on an A4 paper, considering that most students use this format. Also, does it help with writing more neatly? And I prefer grit paper over line paper because it is more clear if you need to draw a lot. For example, shapes are easier to draw on grit paper than on line paper. But feel free to choose whatever you think is best for your writing experience. If you write your letters bigger, they will be more neat than if you wouldn't. It is also easier because you get more control over your pencil and therefore your writing. This helps with the aesthetics of your notes, which is also an important factor in studying and memorizing. At least it is for me. I love to study neat and pretty notes because then I'm getting motivated. I think this is just very logical. And here we are at the end of the video. I love how my notes turned out. They're really beautiful and I love to study them. And I also made a few other pages, way more colorful than the first one, but I did not have the time to record them, so that's why I'm showing you them right now. This was the video. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you so much for watching. Bye!